Force Mutual.
This shit is whack, son! Idiot. I'm really, really sorry.
Hell no. Girl, I'll do it, but I don't want to. They may be waiting for that motherfucker to quit, bitch. Girl, they may want me to leave. Oh, Jesus, no. No, indeed. No.
Yes, yes, this will do very nicely. Very nice place you've got. Very
No. Come on.
outlaw bank robber. Quite
Fuck.
strange Los Santos has become. In my day, the psychos at least had the dignity to be psychotic. Nowadays, it's all about home furnishings and going straight. All right, you ready? Because this is it. Well, it's not it, but it's something. It's something very big. It's not quite ready yet, but I wanted to see how you're doing. What I've got is a Fleesa Bank franchise. And it's nothing too complicated.
Well, this is
It's a buy-in.
rude.
Now, normally, there would be a buy-in. You would put in money up front, we would arrange the job, and
Yeah, I'm not doing this. Like, I'm not doing this. Like, girl, waste enough of my time, bitch. Girl, what? Ugh.
Oh, wow. No. Move! I have a job interview. God, that is messed up.
Damn it. Yeah, I'm just not driving.
Migrants have been deported or removed. Thank you so much for joining us tonight for that and more news coming tomorrow night. For now, CNN News Night with Abby.
The aviation system, as Secretary Duffy said.
Why not? I don't know if I hate that, to be honest.
I mean, he's this man's launching rockets into space, of course. I mean,
blow up.
I don't. My presumption is that it needs serious upgrades. I've heard that in numerous quarters since this horrific crash. Number one, number two, this man is shooting rockets into space and then bringing them back down and grabbing them in the arm. Of course not.
Yes, I will. I will vote.
You want to people like me who go on freedom because my kids can't
Oh no.
All that name brand food with no damn food stamp. And you probably got your man in there eating filet mignon when he went to start eating them thin steaks and them steak. That you better take your food down to the big, big, big. I don't know what Dixie got going on, but that's what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna always make your way the safe way. They got some good deals for $45 plate, and that's what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to spend wisely. The girls are gonna do it, and I used to love my stamps, but the girls are gonna do it because they can't just go crab legs and filet mignon in that basket no more. I mean, cheap. Two things. That makes it this day. That ain't the ballet. 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 Kenya. But see, the thing is, it wasn't enough for him to suggest that she doesn't have to do it's the steak of the steak. Now, I like the steak. But it was just one of them dropped out generic brands. They wasn't got it. They weren't getting it. Because they only get the $40 for that. You gotta cut it. Which I don't know. Which I was offended when I didn't start paying for this. Anyway, they're just yesterday, which I think that, oh, that's what I like you know that I'm mad. I didn't call it. They could have been out there telling me. Like I'm going to go to McDonald's with dates, and you could have been out there telling me. And when I was talking, they were all like, oh, shit. Cashier quarterback credit debit, and I would swipe that EBT card into the machine and get the act up and turn it to different money. You have to press the food stand for turn it to debit. And you got to hit the other one. Hit the other one. And you got to get that red button. Yes! Yes, that's right. That's like paying it out. I am the when they go when they feed me today. These are my rebels out there. Can you bring that preparation?
Yeah.
Can you bring that preparation? Yeah, and I don't understand some of people are getting staying in section and get on the ashamed. I was never ashamed what they use EBT. It's there, but you press that preparation button and I'm black like that. That's right. Right? Don't be ashamed whether they use your motherfucking EBT card or anything like that. That button is the EBT, that's called reparation. And bitch in California, bitch, you get hot food. Bitch, I used to go over there to do with the bitch. Where my LA people? I used to go over there to do with the bitch and get me hot food. I would go over to the serving spoon, bitch, and get my breakfast. Step aside. Step aside. See, I'm still eating shit back then. I'm eating good. Let's step aside. Let me go. Let me see. My grandmother, or great grandmother, or great great grandmother, or great 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 grandmother. Look at she now. That's right. That's right. Let me tell you something. And in LA, bitch, when I moved to California, I transferred my food stamps to LA. Because them girls, I think, get a little bit more food stamps with the cost of living is higher out there. But not only do they get food stamps out there, they even when I moved back to the East Coast, bitch, this is when I was publishing my first book. When I came back to the East Coast, bitch, and my food stamps expired. And you know, you got to renew every 6 months. Bitch, I would fly back to California and renew my shit, bitch. Let me use my point, my name. That's right. Yeah. People, oh, you know that Mary Stewart, you know that those Stewarts that's over there in Edinburgh, that stole my people and gave me his last name. That's right. Damn right. I'm talking about Mary Stewart from Edinburgh. Listen, I ain't got no shame. Mary Stewart stole here to them, and they stole people and gave us this last motherfucker name. So I'm here to collect on my reparations. Right. I'm Craig Stewart from Edinburgh. Right. There's always a girl in here that's always trying to. Danielle, yes, I know that. Is that Danielle? Yes, Danielle. I know that Whole Foods owns Amazon, or vice versa, whichever one it is. I said once upon a time, this was many years ago, sweetie. This is not a recent story that I'm talking about. Yes, I know. I said when I first published my book, when I lived in LA, ED means past tense. So that your name should be Craig Stewart. No, it's still Stewart. No, what I was saying, when I lived, right, past tense. But your name should, because you no longer receive that. You're Craig. Yeah, you're Craig Stewart. Bitch, I ain't going to jail for no groceries. Bitch, I had to cut the food stamps off. When I had to start paying taxes, this is when I cut them off. Bitch, I ain't going to jail for no motherfucking groceries. Baby, you got with a TS honey, and that tax record went up. Didn't it? It sure did. And everything was in impeccable words. Craig Stewart from Edinburgh only makes $10,000 a year. Because Madison Hinton, bitch, from Essex.
What you carrying lately?
Windsor, bitch. She makes $11,000.
All right, let's talk.
Right. Bitch, while you playing, and everything that I make is in the name of Impeccable Works LLC. Bitch, RD Multimedia Group Incorporated. Okay.
Yo, one night we sneak chop a few ass T-bone.
Yes,
I'd
ma'am.
love to see you rip that shit apart. Just like old times.
Yes, ma'am. They put N6's ghetto TS. Yes, ma'am. That's what my people from here. That must be our London friend. Yes, God. I think this would be a perfect time to kind of go into a little grammar lesson. A little grammar 101. Yeah, let's do this, Stuart. Craig Stewart from Edinburgh. You know, because the children love fun. I noticed the other day when someone we were from the TMZ open kids, and whoever it was put PAS pass, and they were talking about how that they rolled up on a big right. Who's passed, correct. So it's almost like I think it's important, if you're going to read the people, that you should know the difference. Because these are homonyms or homophones, and so they get it right, but they do comedy. Well, they try to force the difference. But at any rate, there's your and yours. So can you explain to people what's different, what the difference is between the first your versus YOU apostrophe RE? They're giving that to him $25 million. Girl, that was a plan. Do you hear me? This just in. Meta agrees to a $25 million settlement and lawsuit filed by Trump after suspending his account following the January 6th Capitol riot. So he's going to get $25 million because they suspended his account. Bitch, well, they definitely owe me because I done had to say, I guess we all need to sue the motherfucker for cussing one of you hoes out and calling me a fucking trainee. And I don't right. All right, so do you know the difference between your and your? Your means, I know your means you are. Right, and the first one is, right, so the second one, while your patriarchy is you are. The first one is that shit there? Yes, your car, your house. All right, so the second one, there, and there. Right. There means ownership, and there means together. You're moving too fast for the people. Okay, THERE is place, like over there. The second one, THER is ownership, their house, their mother, and then THEY apostrophe RE together. Right, they are. So that means, let's do it for the people that are still here. Mm-hmm. Nosotros, 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 nosotras. Lord. Wait, why y'all saying Nanny back there? Wait a minute, no soda. Wait, hold on. Y'all can help me out. We're inclusive here. Yeah. Oh God. Oh, that's a good one too. Somebody in the comments put brought and bought. You know the difference between those two? BROUGHT and bought. BOUGHT. Somebody just didn't have your plane. I'm correct. Right. Okay. Brought and bought. What's the difference? Okay. Bought. Bought like you paid for, like it's just. And brought is you came with it. Right. So this is how I always try to tell people to remember. Brought with an R is to bring. Bought is to buy or purchase. But people confuse that all the time. Okay, but then here we have sale versus sell. Okay? A sale is when something is discounted. Correct. They're having a sale. Right. And then sell is when you to sell something. Yeah. Like I'm selling my car. Like you may have a garage sale, but that's the first one. But then you may have to sell your house if all the stuff in the garage doesn't sell. Correct. Or you have to sell SELL all your things if you're being deported. Yeah, well, might as well give. Yeah. Okay, then there's lose versus loose. Alright? So it's like if you lose. Right, or I lost my earrings, or it's like a loss of possession. Right. And if you lose, that means you have no walls. Which can also be the loss of possession of the muscles. Correct. In whatever you call them. That's it. You can be loose in the asshole too. That's it. Have you ever met any loose ones they have that you're supposed to lose your number? Absolutely. Don't call me no more. All right, and then there's then versus then. Then. So that means then can be like condition. Yeah. If you do such, then I'll give based on contingency. Right, like the water slide. Yeah, then. And then is I have more money than value. Value. Right. Value. Greater than, less, that kind of thing. Then there's salmon versus salmon. Now, this is for the black people. Black people, that L in salmon is silent. It is not salmon, it's salmon. It's salmon. Correct. And then the last one, often versus often. Come on, help me create this. I need you to read. The T is silent, so it's really often. If you look at the phonetic, it's often, not often. So, yeah,
I wasn't.
because we want to make sure you guys still come to the show to laugh. We don't want to make the show just political. Correct. And I want to take a step aside. I want you guys to
That lady said, "Step aside."
I know that we get into heated debates, discussions, arguments, things like that. It may not be any conversation. We will just show some respect. There were 3 people here that had a difference in opinion, difference in agreement, difference in the way we interpreted whatever was going on. I need you guys to understand that we're all here a part of this show. There is a family. I'm a trainee. Mo is a expert engagement. Mo is heterosexual. He's foreign. He's yeah. That's the free paying off of both of them. It's like I'm supposed to be there. Yeah. So, y'all understand that everybody, we're not all going to agree. There are lots of things that y'all said in the comment section about Mo that is very, very dark. It's very dark. Yes, tensions are extremely high because of this political. It's extremely high because of this political climate. There are people that we have loved and adored and thought loved and adored us. And I'm not, this is just me talking also, don't, okay? Because this is in my own family. People that love
I will vote. I will.
that went down there and pressed I will vote.
Yes, I will vote. It's stupid.
Someone asked me, is it worth separating or somebody talked about it. I saved it. Hold on, it might be on my phone. But they were like, if it's if it's worth losing people that you love or family members or whatever because of their vote, because of the political thing. And I'll put yes.
I would put yes.
Because here, Marty.
And I would put yes because in this election it was completely different. It was in a situation where we just had different views. This is about humanity. This is a humanity state. This is a situation where it's pushed out all of this stuff coming down. And so for me, it was about trying to wake you up, who weren't critical thinkers, who were drinking Kool-Aid. Like, this wasn't just about, oh, well, this person could not believe that or not. In this election, it was clear that this man and the people that he surrounded take right away, anybody that was and even at this point, they would try to strip white from white women. So this wasn't just about, oh, we have a different politics. It's like God gave each of us a life to live. And I just think that it's unfair, because I've been thinking about this since the other day. I think it's really unfair that a handful of white folks with money work in politics, some of which don't even work in politics. Jeff Bezos, Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, get to decide who they will vote.
Right. Those people have been removed from humanity with their second, or third bill.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't know what the people are doing. Right. Somebody's washing their dishes, somebody's mowing their lawn.
Roll out some fly paper, start
But
thinking
somebody,
some nasty thoughts, and do whatever
okay,
you're gonna do.
wait. They're buying country and islands and
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like they're doing things that have been a part of dreams for people, and they've lost sight of like this stuff is like how as an individual you want to just remove.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna come into the box. I don't got time for this. And Craig, remember that time when we were all clapping and we were all felt great because they were taking down this brand. So all of those people renaming the schools from all the slave owners. They're replacing all of that. So like schools, like why is it fair that black kids go to school but Jewish folks? And if you take care of Germany, there is not a building any place in Germany with any remnants or reminders of it. But here in this state, we got over this country, we have states with buildings named after slave homes. That is amazing. And so, for me, whether Mo and I debate or not, it's never perfect. It's never perfect, but it is never perfect. For me, I am not going to sit on this platform with 14,000 people watching us. It would be irresponsible to sit here and debate on these false information. I'm just not going to do it. It has nothing to do with how I feel about Mo personally. I am very passionate about the information that we send out. Now, we laugh and we joke and we cut up over here and we say a lot of ignorant shit. But I think that the people who are critical thinkers are smart enough to know when we're joking. But when it comes to this politics shit, I'm not going to leave here because I know that there are people who are watching us and they only get their news from here. And I'm saying that because I know we have teenagers watching us too. It's not just adults. It's not just adults watching us. And when you guys come to our live shows, there are
people of all ages, all backgrounds, sex, gender, whatever. And there are young people that come here, and we get DMs and messages, and these are young people, and I just can't do it. So it has nothing to do with how I feel about my personal. And so for those who say little things in the comment about the differences of everything that I sit here and say about us loving and supporting and supporting each other consistently and fervently. Why would I sit here and say that? But that makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. So that's where I am. I get to deal with that touch his voice. Correct. Here, we're having a whole discussion. And what people don't know, even when we were in Baltimore, like the discussion before we even came out on stage, it was very heated. It got heated and passionate because these are all people. And my thing is, when people, this is not all. Yeah. But my thing is, people don't understand. As queer people, we can't turn a blind eye to anybody. After when it comes to standing about rights for people, we can't say, well, that part don't affect me. We can never say that. We can't say that because we fit in every area. There's a piece of us in every area that is being discriminated. That is being challenged. There is
That was classy.
In every area. There's a thing that as much as y'all try to separate us and training and all this stuff, we fall into every margin of those groups that are under attack. And so because of that, we can't sit and say, well, that don't have to do it. Where the black man can say, oh, that's gay shit, don't got to do it. Or the black woman can say, well, they're not real women anyway, they're older men. Everybody gets remove themselves. We can't do that. Right. And the other part of it is, it's not about not allowing, quote unquote, allowing folks to have an opinion. That conversation the other day was about facts. It wasn't about opinion. It was about what's going on with the water. That wasn't my opinion. It wasn't Madison's opinion. So for the people who were saying, well, have an opinion, this wasn't about opinion. It was not about opinion. Now, opinion was when we talked about whether or not people should boycott Target based on what Canada does. Everybody has an opinion about that. What to do. But when it comes to that shit that's going on out there, it was about facts versus fiction. Period. Right. I wanted to just make sure that you say, how do I feel about the transgender law? I mean, how do you think I feel? You ask me, how do I feel about the transgender law? How do you think I feel? I'm 48 years old. I've been alive 48 years. I started transitioning at 17 years old. That's 31 years ago. Yeah. Well, you're 46. Yeah, I'll be 48. Oh, look at me. I will be 48. You're closer to 50. I'll be wrong. You're almost to 50. No, I'm almost 49. Almost 49. 50. Give me my year and a half. I'll give you that. Give me my year and a half. But you're still learning. You're still learning. Go ahead, but I'm just saying. So, I feel away, of course. Right. And so, and me looking, and me being a vocal, loud, and in-color transgender woman who occupies many spaces, I see stuff like this, and I'm looking at people applauding, people screaming and jumping up, and like people that I have loved.
and respect it and be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know that this was deep in your heart with your arms up. You could stay out the comments. Stay out of there. You know, screaming about everything else is wrong.
They said I'm a whisper to 50.
everything, everything else is wrong, and this is what you can get with.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going to happen to me. I don't know. I know I'm going to fight. I know I'm going to be a part of the resistance. I know I'm going to use the platform that I got to speak out. I know that every time I'm cornered or jumped out on, bitch, if this war is up, I know that ain't nobody finna roll up on me in no motherfucking spot. It ain't gonna get dealt with, bitch.
But and I think that resistance that you're talking about is required from all of us. And I think for me, I think a part of that, and this is opinion,
Mutual. We're here
a
to
part
help.
of that resistance, in my opinion,
I can do that.
is how we utilize our dollar. That was why I wanted to talk about how much we spend as a community, as a queer community, and as well as a black community. And even when we talk about just women, like I said on the show the other day, women in diverse groups, what they spend in a year is 60% of the U.S. economy. They could change the game. And so when I drew the comparison also about slaves, let me go back to this. Let me say this. Remember when Kanye West said slavery was a choice, and a lot of black people got up in arms about it? I didn't really get up in arms about it because I heard something different. I'm not saying that I'm correct, but that's not what I interpreted from what he said. When he said slavery was a choice, for me, I interpreted it as it lasted longer than it needed to because there were black or African slaves who weren't willing to fight, who weren't willing to leave. And so when I say, that there are people who looked at this election and saw what was coming, and they focused solely on what Kamala was doing, and believing a lot of the lies that weren't really true, it's almost like I imagine if we were in slave time, those people would have been a detriment to us. Yeah, they would have been a detriment to us. And I think I said this the other day on the show. Harriet Tubman killed some of those African people because they were going to cause her to get killed. They were going to cause her and the rest of those people who were ready to run, they were going to cost them their life. And so she had to leave those people behind. And so for me, that's what I see in this whole thing. Even when we're talking about Hispanic people, you're going to vote yourself right back into slavery. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like the Jewish community did not see the Holocaust coming. A lot of this shit that Trump is doing now parallels what Hitler did. Yeah. If you go back and look, Hitler was a felon. Hitler surrounded himself with a bunch of wealthy people. Hitler put out all these executive orders back to back, just like Trump is doing in this first week. Because what happens is there's mental fatigue. You get exhausted. There's so much happening back to back to back to back that you don't even, all of a sudden you're paralyzed. And then you do nothing. And then before you look up, bitch, we're living in the Handmaid's Tale. And so for the people, and I saw a comment, most people that this comment up there, Ryan, somebody commented up on my channel. Oh, no, that's not the one. I'm sorry. I didn't think of that. I have it on my phone. So that's a different one. We got to get to that Darius book. But somebody commented on my YouTube channel and said, if we boycotted You died.
supported Trump, we'd never leave home. And I commented back to that person and I said, if the slaves had your same mentality about escaping and running free, bitch, we would still be in chains. We gotta stop thinking that the work is too overwhelming. And take a day at a time. It's a moment at a time. No movement began. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. Every single movement began with one person, with a single person. Every movement began with a single person, and then it swelled. Every single movement started with a single person, and then it ballooned. You know what I'm saying? So it's one step at a time.
Yeah. I just wanted to get that out of the way so that we don't have the people down in the comments doing this stuff. Like some of you said a lot of nasty things. I get it that you disagreed with most stance. I don't think that most stance was necessarily. Sorry, I don't think that most stance was necessarily saying, "Well, Trump is right." I just, I listened, and after we talked, I've heard him. I listened to him thoroughly too. Sometimes most may not be able to be as quick with the way he articulates his thought or his conversation as we are, like, when we're moving through it. That maybe not his strong suit, but he still has the right to his opinion. And again, just for the record, I'm never trying to take his opinion. I just wanted to clarify facts with respect. I wish we got to get that video about the water. You sent one, and then I think I sent one. Because a lot of what we were talking about the other day with that water situation, contingencies that Trump put in place before he would help, some of that stuff has been debunked. Or, it's been clarified because we're going to show you guys that. Yeah. Okay. What those two things I sent you, Mo? You put them in there? I put this. This is all this stuff looks like to us. Don't worry, as long as you're not LGBTQ plus or black or Hispanic or Jewish or Muslim or Arab or Asian or atheist or disabled or female, you're gonna be fine. Or poor. Or poor. Oh. Oh, so you looked over poor because you're not poor. I did. But I am numerous of those. Yeah. And what's the other one? And then we can take it out. It says, I hate when that's covering that. I can look at it. I can't see it. Oh, it says 59% of the population. Wait, I can't see the beginning part. See, the numbers are up there in the way. Where's she looking at? What that thing?
We should chill sometime. Yeah! You must be fucked up. Bring it on.
You get the thumb. Hold on.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, you're 59% of the population, yet you make up 86% of all essay on animals. 93% of child porn. Of course, you all know what essay is, right? Sexual assault. 93% of child porn consumer and distributor. 80%. You're 59% of the population, yet you make up 86% of all essays in animals. 93% of child porn consumer and distributor. 82% of child sexual exploitation. 80% of familicide. Because they say that's where, is it gonorrhea that comes from sheep? I think it's gonorrhea that comes from sheep. Bestiality. Having sex with animals. That's where they say gonorrhea originated. I believe it's gonorrhea. Ding dong, ding dong. It's kind of about something. So it's just like, and then the other piece that I wanted to say too when it comes to this whole racism thing. And again, this is opinion. This ain't necessarily fact, but go ahead. I believe that the root of racism, white folks who are racist, and I know white people are not the only people that are racist, but there are some Asian folks that cannot stand black. But when it comes to racism in the direction of white to black, I believe that the majority of it is rooted in insecurity. It's not just hate, but I believe that the root of a lot of it is insecurity. It's the reason why they cheat in elections. It's the reason why they cheat when it comes to at the college level in terms of trying to get accepted into colleges and things like that. Ding dong, ding dong. And
Ding dong, ding dong. Because I believe they know, and I'm speaking specifically about racist white people. I didn't say all white people. I believe that they know that if the playing fields were balanced, they wouldn't stand a chance.
Okay.
Because if you think about ding dong, ding dong, amassed as a people, ding dong, ding dong, what we've amassed in the few hundred years that we've been free, the fact that there are more educated, college degree holding people by ratio than there are white. The ding dong, ding dong. That are black. Like the fact that we've managed to make something out of the little scraps that they've left us. It's mind blowing to me, and it just goes to show what we're capable of. Ding dong, ding dong.
But that's why when black people talk about stuff, we always say, "We've been here. We're gonna be all right."
Yes.
We've been taking, rubbing nickels together. We're gonna be okay. This been going on for us. We good. So don't worry. Even with the same grace that God has given to us, we would have never ever wanted to be in a position where we have to be still on our knees and say, God, give us more grace. Like, give us more grace. Please give us more grace. We could have made it easier. Now, again, the 92%.
Yeah.
We went on our tour. Thank you. We all fell under that night. I fell under the black hair. I fell under the black hair.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, just don't fuck it up. And what was I going to say right there? It was something I wanted to say right there. What were we just saying?
About how black people made it.
But the thing that makes me nervous, though, about us, I read this article, this is years ago, though, so I don't know where it is now in terms of statistics. But many, many years ago, I read an article, and it was talking about how the suicide rate in the black community was increasing. Specifically because there are many reasons why people commit suicide. They have different studies based on different things, right? But as it relates to suicide. But this particular study was talking about how suicide rate is increasing with black people because the more we've acquired as a community, we become used to having, we were traditionally, we were always poor. We figured it out. We didn't have food. But we opened up the oven and it come out. Like we could always figure it out. But the more we've amassed, it becomes harder for us to lose it. You know, like you see white folks, they lose their money, bitch, they get to jumping off buildings and shit and shooting themselves. That shit is starting to happen more with black people because it's almost like we're afraid to be without. Now, bitch, I'm a survivor. If I lost everything, bitch, I'm gonna figure it out. I did hold all the time, bitch. I walked. Like, yeah, I did. I had those dog ass titties longer. And somebody wrote the comment and said, that bitch ain't even shit. I worked and worked. Right. Okay. That bitch ain't even shit. Yeah. So it goes back to when someone asked me, like, how do I feel as a transgender person? In this climate, I don't know how to feel. Right. I know I just am gonna make it. Right. And we don't have to put this up here, but I'll just mention this thing, just going back to what I was saying a moment ago. What did I say? Thank you, now Instagram dude. I saw this thing the other earlier today, rather, and it was talking about I saw it. Okay. Where's that video? That guy shared right here.
The Filipinos?
No,
Or
I think it's in the black secret. Like it's not. I think that I'm older, so my business.
oh, now you're older?
Yeah, but I'm not. Getting
Neither am I.
moment. Your moment's close to me.
Watch it. Okay, here it is. There's a study on Harvard. Remember when I said one day on the show that once this whole DI system rolled back, there were only 15 black students that were accepted into Harvard? Well, there's a study that says Harvard finds 43%, that's almost half, 43% of white students are legacy, meaning they had a family member that went to Harvard, and so because they had a family member that went to Harvard, they were able to get into Harvard, whether they were smart enough. So they were legacy, they were athletes, or they were related to a donor. And so when white folks love to say, affirmative action is fair, bitch, that's your affirmative action. Nepotism has been white people's affirmative action.
Wait a minute, come on.
When you give somebody a position because they're related to you.
Okay, because I didn't know that word. I'd like you to help me.
Yeah.
What's the word?
Nepotism. Nepotism.
Can we get an accurate spelling of nepotism?
Nepotism. Yeah, nepotism.
And that's when you hire your family?
Yeah, when you advance somebody in your family, give them related to you. And so that's their nepotism. That's their affirmative action. You understand what I'm saying? So again, we have to be critical thinkers. We can't let them feed us that bullshit. Because they will try.
So those are the beat rap.
That's right. Because half them kids, that's why those motherfucking celebrities, remember when they did that takedown on those celebrities that were paying for their kids to get into Ivy League schools when they went to jail? Same kind of thing. Like, you only got into those schools because your parents were paying you to get in there, not because you had the academics, because you had grades. You didn't get in there on your own merit. There it is. Nepotism. Somebody typed it.
Keep going down the alley.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh, did you find it?
No.
Is it a picture or was it a video? Cool.
This one here.
This one? Okay.
So, do we have the audio? Yeah, let's play the audio.
You sent this?
Right? Still we have audio? We got the audio? It's when he was do we put it? Yeah, we
So you gotta play it over here.
yeah. When the man told you,
I'm trying to find out proof.
the man told children that told them to get up and go to work. He told the children to get up and go to work. He said for the kids to get up. They said the kids, I want the children to get up and go to work.
You sent it in Instagram? Okay, here it is.
They followed the goal, right, to save money and be more efficient, right? But the bottom line is, what it wanted to do, vulnerable populations to be directly impacted. And so my question to you, just to follow up with you, would you support getting rid of, 3 months for vulnerable kids and breakfast and health care, for example, and getting rid of college mentor research? Do you support that? And what do you say to your constituents? I want to know how to constitute, I didn't hear an answer from you.
So I'm going to ask that. And I know that philanthropy is where you get most of your money for college, cancer research, for example. And it's not just college. I mean, you look at the president just proposed that $500 billion spending bill on AI to transfer early detection in the first stage on most body parts. That's big spending bill where you want things to do cancer research. So if you think about what part of the money comes out of, when you talk about school lunches, Hey, I worked my way through high school. I know that too, but I worked since before I was even 13 years old, I was taking days in the field before a child labor laws the police guy. I was a poster boy. And when I was in high school, I worked my entire way through. You're telling me a kid to stay at home instead of going to work at the Burger King and McDonald's during the summer, to stay home and get their free on. They're going to get, I've been doing that for the past couple of years.
For example, of what the store is doing at home and so forth. Okay, I just want to clarify because I've seen this before.
Just a chance though to see where is the money really being spent. We can actually go and actually produce their own income. We can actually go out there and do something that makes us have value and work skills for the future. I mean, how many people got their start at fast food restaurants when they were kids? Versus just sitting casually, but just all kids who weren't in high school who were going out and actually getting a job and doing something that makes them have value. Thinking about their future instead of thinking about how they're going to fund out the government and they don't need to. We just give people value. You don't give them the ability to figure themselves out. When we analyze them for actually working and we keep them on welfare, that's the thing we've been talking for a very long time. We need to have a top-down system we can get people out of poverty. Because you know what? America's very good at doing jobs, giving people work. And we're so good at that, but we're losing our way. And that's when we give people incentive to stay at home and not work. That doesn't work for America.
But a lot of these stories are working age, some youngsters, and as you don't know, so some of the kids are in
He's an idiot.
Let's try this again,
Wait,
bitch.
so how does the team flip? How they gonna get a job? Where they got so they live in the town with they got a paper route. They gonna and they're gonna have a paper route. Well, it sounds like I mean he didn't say this, but again it sounds like he's foreshadowing that they would change the working age for kids. They were low risk, I'm assuming. So when they get rid of all the girls, somebody's gonna have to tend those fields.
Hello.
Because the niggas is gonna up risk. Let me tell you something. And we are not going back. A nigga's gonna up risk, bitch. But the thing that's just what grinds my gears is there are so many white men who sit around and talking about they need to earn their way and da da da. When most of the shit that they acquired was passed down to them. It was passed down to them, and it's just like this is part of the reason why these kids are dumb as rocks now. Like, why do they need to be working? They need to be focused on school and education. Like, it makes no sense for like my mother wasn't playing that. Even when I got to high school, you get to high school and you want to get your little job after school. My mother said absolutely not. My mother was not playing that. She wanted to focus on the grade. She wouldn't let me do it. Even when I went to college, like she didn't even want me to work. She's like, no, I need you to concentrate on this. And see, that's one of the. Oh, so this explains why you so boosted. Oh, this these are the explanations. Are you so boosted? What's the word I want to use? The word is pompous. Oh, see, I know that word. It's like I've been trying to figure it out. It's in the root, but the people in here are saying the same Craig, mine with the same Craig. That's why you're pompous people. So the root is it's in the DNA. Bitch, I need the bird. But I'm gonna tell you, that's a luxury that white children get to enjoy. That's a luxury that they get to enjoy. Why do our kids, if you're able to have your kids, especially if your kids are doing well in school, why would you want to stress your kids out with going to school? The only thing they should be concerned with is their education. Oh, they said, I think you're looking for the word elitist. There it is. But white kids get the privilege of just focusing on school. They don't have the stress of having to go to work, trying to rush to get to work, trying to do a paper. Like, use one of those ugly black children. Got it. It's okay. It spills over to the world now. It's okay. Somebody says she did it. Yeah, that. But it's like, and I think I gave this example one time on the show before. I used to watch like House Hunters and Property Virgins all of them shows like that, right? And it never failed. There was always a white couple, fresh out of college. They might be 27, 28. They may have gotten married. And when they showed up on these shows, had this significant amount of money to put down on their first house. And you know where they got that money from? A parent, a grandparent, or someone who passed away that left their money. And they would have these huge budgets. Yes, like $1 billion budget. You like, big say 28, but they would have like a $50,000 deposit. Be like, oh, our parents gifted us some money, da da da. The difference with us is we typically have to buy our own first house. The difference with us is we don't usually have somebody, and I'm not saying that there aren't black families who were able to give money to their kids when they had to put their first house. But typically speaking, traditionally speaking, we don't have that. And so we have to work, grind. So this is why it was so significant when President Biden cleared people's debt from their college tuition debt or their student loan debt.
Because that debt passes down.
That, not only that, but it made it really difficult. Let's just say you come out of college, you got a great job, and you're making $75,000 or $80,000. Bishop, you're spending $1,500 a month paying back student loans, and you can't afford to buy a house because that college debt, it shows up as your debt to income ratio. It shows up, that's a part of your debt.
Out of college?
Well, not everybody coming out making that kind of money, but I'm just saying. I'm not saying whether or not that's go, but I'm the leaders. I'm not saying that that's a lot of money.
It is. Imagine having to write that after your debt, have to send that back to them themselves.
The point I'm making is it's free.
Imagine having to send that back to them themselves.
The point I'm making is when you come out of college with $80,000 in debt, imagine you can't afford to pay buy a house.
Sit, Maddie, out of touch.
Or start a business.
No. I'm not out of touch. I just got mine later. They grew into theirs. I just got mine later. I just obtained mine later on down the road.
Right. So, it affects your credit. You know what I'm saying? Like when you got that student loan debt over you, it affects your credit. Even if you're paying it. But it prevents you from being...
You say, we'll give y'all something now? Nobody gave it to me? Nobody gave it to you? I ain't got nothing to give you but a notification to click on the damn video. Ain't do it. Nobody ain't gave me a motherfucking thing. Nobody ain't give me nothing. I wouldn't even let them give me an STD.
Now this next bit's gonna sound crazy, but crazy's often what gets you out of trouble. You're coming up to a rickety old bridge, cross it, aim for the cliff, and drive right off. Then pull your parachute and get in the boat you've left.
Oh.
Some of the employees decided to stay with the company
Mo, can we go to commercial, please? Greg want to say something I don't understand. This will be my and open their door at the damn beach. Don't be the
Reinvent the...
and Saturday, February 22nd.
You heard the lady Atlanta.
Take that second out of here. Austin, Massachusetts. Oh yeah, Tony. The girls are
On the way.
the 26, 2025. The fags are on their way to Boston.
I understand it's going to be pretty cold when we get up there, so I need you to get your coats and your hats and get on out to the city lottery. But the tickets on sale now.
Canyon, that's your exit plan. There's a roundabout near you just now. It'll take you off-road away from the cops.
City lottery, the doors are wide open. And that means you gotta get your tickets, baby.
Fagtalk.com. Now listen, we said we weren't really going to come there. because we didn't know if y'all really going to show up to show up. But we're going to put it in your hand. March 26th, be there. Get your tickets, bitch. Get your tickets, bitch. Get your tickets. Don't meet us here, bitch. Meet us here. And remember, get my children out of here. Yeah, girl, just in the next time you look at me like that. That's all I want to say before. Girl. That's your just that's where we're gonna get arguing. They want us to blow that sweat. Hey, girl. I want the man not to not right. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Then there'll be somebody talking about John on these white bad. Oh, that's the other shot. Yeah. Yeah, Chris. I was trying to, you can take it out. That's not funny now. Yeah. Yeah. You don't have to do something like that? I know what we need to do. While we're in the middle of the show, it's time for us to do one night. What? Right. Strictly vocals. Strictly vocals. Not catalog. This is not your favorite song. That one down here in the bottom right. That's Babyface in the bottom right. And who's down there? Gerald LeBird, Brian McKnight, Johnny Gill with his oversinging ass, and Babyface. Which one got to go? Okay, can you give me two Brian McKnight songs? My shattered dreams and broken heart. Oh. Y'all better start wearing rubbers out. Okay, that's one. Give me another one. Me? He can sing. Don't get me wrong. That was New Edition. That was New Edition. But did he sing that? On the perfect day. Yeah, he started it. I know. I mean, he started. I mean, like he had to be tamed in the studio. Don't get that nigga on the stage live, bitch, because he's doing too much growling and grumbling and. Yeah, I said. Tonight. Okay, give me 4 Johnny Gill songs. I don't know if he asked for it. We're not talking about Johnny in New Edition. We're talking about Johnny. Girl, give me 4. Be your man with a friend. Give me 4. To the end, even the storm weather. No, they don't keep it. Right. We might need to do these for Save Your Fave. We might, yeah. We definitely need to have this for Save Your Fave. We might. Okay, somebody said stop. He does. Okay, give me 4 Johnny Gill songs by himself that were hits. We got Slip on Your Ridge. What was that song called? What was that song called? It was called My. Okay, My. What else you got? Fair Weather Friends. But you said you didn't really like that. What song? I'm gonna be your fair weather friend. I'll be there to me. Girl, you asked. Oh, he had Rub You the Right Way. And Rub You. I didn't like his fast songs. He didn't need to do that. No, that fast, you can't get into his vocal range with that fast shit. Okay, so that's 3 songs. What's There You Go? How does There You Go go? How does There You Go go? Somebody. How does There You Go? Oh, these are really Johnny Gill fans. They ain't there talking about it? I'm just saying over there. Who do you think was saying I've been both the best out of the 4 of those? And I don't want to hear. Let me see what There You Go is. Correct. Who do you think was saying I've been both for Donald Trump the best out of that 4? That's what we needed. I've been both. Let me see. Johnny Gill. What's the song called? There You Go.
Got pretty much
everything. The Boomerang song. Now that was a good song. But see, again, Johnny has to be tamed. Because see, when you let that nigga loose on stage, he does too much. Again, which one there was saying I would vote? I mean, listen. I will probably that damn Johnny Gill. Oh my God. terms of, well, no, I am saying vocals. To me, I don't love Johnny Gill's vocals. Not over these other people. There's a smoothness to Babyface's voice that I like. And Brian McKnight, even though he abandoned his first children, I really do like his vocals in terms of his falsetto. Like, he has great control. And I like Gerald, he's gone, but I liked, past tense, his vocals. So, yeah, I would have to say, who are you saying? Gotta go.
I'm not really a Brian McKnight fan.
Girl, you don't really like men singers, no way. Because you like to do all that screaming and reaching for a falsetto note and soprano note. Notice I said reaching. What?
Yeah. I'm not a vocalist.
So you don't really get into the male vocals.
I like a good growling growl.
But from a woman.
And when it's from then that's why I like
Miss Gill? That's why you like Miss Gill? That's why you like Miss Gill?
Well, folks, please put this in the file. We're going to save this. Please put this in the files because we're going to do this for,
yeah, we're going to do this.
We're going to do a segment
in St. Louis. Girl, can you children out there in St. Louis sing? You said I'm having real strong talking to the people in St. Louis when we get out there because y'all didn't let that Nelly.
Wait a minute, Anime Bullet. Oh, she lived there.
Yeah, she was from Nutbush, Tennessee.
That's why it took so long for Eternity to get somebody in his band because they was all in there.
They couldn't sing.
So we just got to see.
Well, I gotta have a strong talk to our St. Louis family for letting Nelly go over here and show his goddamn ass.
My friend Curtis lived there, I think. Curtis,
who was supposed to love you?
No.
Oh.
Curtis lived in St. Louis, I think, or somewhere in the place Curtis could sing. I wonder if he gonna slide out. Cause that bitch can sing.
Girl, who is Curtis?
And I'm gonna have to listen for at the end of Save Your Babe, y'all gonna have to sing I Don't Know. Mo, can you give them so they can catch what they need to get the cadence of it. Let's go.
Everybody, let's sing this song, everybody, together, okay? I need you loud, because I want to try hear that song, okay? Again. Yo quiero que todo el mundo lo cante fuerte, para que nuestro presidente la escuche, ¿ok? En español bien ahorita. So, tranquilito. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Knock, knock. Oh my God, I will fall. I will fall. Repeat. Oh, bro.
Girl, that shit sends me.
Are you gonna post it on your page later?
Oh yeah, I am gonna post that on my page later. And you know what else? I'm gonna post it on my fan base page too, and Instagram. Oh my God! I will vote. I will vote.
Craig, I need you to understand that it's a mess.
It really is. But see, I think a lot of these people who were so in support of him have had their crash moments where they're like, oh my God, what did I do? But they'll never admit it because they went so hard for him. Oh, wait, what about that video mode from West Hollywood? Let me show you what these crackers in West Hollywood were doing. The one where they driving through there. So that was in West Hollywood. You know, that's the neighborhood. So why they ain't gonna take that shit down to Florence and Norman? All going to the Korean shop. That's what I'm talking about. This just lets you know what type of balls he has for the guy. They're gonna come play with South Central. Why are they rolling them like they in those areas? They always touchdown, always. And it's a gay neighborhood, and it's mostly white, Hispanic. And then, like they driving up on people as they cross the street.
And each of its components. The partisanship, the weaponization will be gone.
Well, the wait's over. Tonight, we may just have our answer. Because in a memo, Bondi says she'll establish a, quote, weaponization working group. It's aimed to review criminal cases brought against Trump by New Counsel Jack Smith, but also Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg, and the civil lawsuit brought by the New York AG Letitia James. With me now, Brendan Balloon is a former federal prosecutor who resigned in protest over Trump's decision to pardon most January 6th defendants. Brendan, thank you for joining. When you hear that AG Bondi is creating a weaponization working group, what do you think is the intent?
I think it's an intent to rewrite history. The basic problem that the new attorney general has is that her boss, the president, committed a bunch of crimes.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of rioters who were acting in his name.
Like, that's insane.
I beautiful.
Like, if your nuts real heavy, if your nuts hang low and they drag off to the floor, right? If your nuts hang low, why you don't roll up in the motherfucking bed? Why you don't roll up in the space where you really want to roll up in? Right. Because the bags ain't doing nothing but sucking in. We ain't even recreating the other motherfuckers. It's straight to recreate new black people. Why you ain't rolling in the motherfucking goddamn in the neighborhood and pull up on the motherfucking on the niggas?
What did you say the gays?
The gays is sucking dick, catching cum in the mouth. Ain't no recreation in that. Just put that on the ground.
Recreation or procreation?
Both. I got to run over your ass over there. Pull your ass down there to the motherfucking place where they procreate on goddamn blacks. Right. Shit, well, Courtney, y'all the punk will be there. You done already stopped the cow medication. You done already stopped for the cow.
That was another thing that I was really concerned about when they put that, but he was trying to put that freeze on federal funds, because that was one of the things that I neglected to say earlier. That a lot of people who, and it's not just HIV drugs, but in the case of HIV drugs, a lot of those drugs are free to people or they're subsidized. And a lot of people would not have been able to get that shit. So what, you trying to kill those people so they can't even get access to medication? Like, that's crazy.
Well, we'll say that Vidya, because we need to do an update of 3 lines. Oh, and you know the other thing that I had a note down here that I wanted to remember to say this. This dumb motherfucker has tried to put a freeze on World Health Organization. It's called WHO. World Health Organization works side by side with CDC. And a part of what they do is they provide international aid. So remember the other day when I said the decisions and choices that he's making here in this country are not just going to be to the detriment of American people, but it can also affect other people in race relations and international relations and things like that. But yeah, it's still over there. But WHO, which is World Health Organization, part of what they do is they monitor and investigate and try to stop outbreaks, bird flu, monkeypox, shit like that. So remember when we talked before about how, yeah, there we go. Somebody said it in the comments. So remember when we were talking before about how he removed that policy that President Obama had in place, where like if a pandemic happens, there's like protocol and funding in the event a pandemic happens. Well, here he is doing this dumb shit again, and so we could literally be walking around trying to get pulled out of World Health Organization to monitor shit like this. And so, but they also, but they also supply condoms to Gaza. And I know there are people who may not give a fuck about that, but they provide condoms to Gaza. And there's an organization called, not an organization, but there's it's called PEPFAR. Let me see, I think I can screenshot. Yeah, we do. We do. They didn't say where it is. Maybe some ain't in the comments. But PEPFAR is the President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief. It's a flagship initiative of global HIV response since its establishment 20 years ago. So this motherfucker that came in and overturned this shit too, right? The current funding pause for PEPFAR will have a direct impact on millions of lives that depend on the predictable supply of safe and effective antiretroviral treatment. PEPFAR works in over 50 countries around the world, and over the past 20 years, the funding from this organization has saved more than 26 million lives, and it supports people living with HIV globally, including over 500,000 children under 15 years old, right? But here's the other thing. We get notifications and warnings and alerts and things like that when the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, and the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control, get alerts. So like if there's a recall of drugs or things like that, this motherfucker, they cancel the alerts.
Well, because he handled the way he handled COVID, the way the millions of people died during the COVID pandemic.
He has stopped the alerts. And then he's trying to nominate, they're trying to confirm this dumbass RFK, Kennedy, to become the health secretary. And when I say them white people, they were grilling his ass. They were grilling him. Because he said that pesticides, the shit they spray on plants and shit, pesticides make children transgender. I got the audio if y'all want to hear it.
I'd like
to. Okay. Let me see. I don't know, if we pulled it up, but I can just play the audio.
What makes a nigga stupid?
Right. He said a bunch of dumb shit. Let me get to it. Hold on.
Yeah, he probably will get confirmed. Like the Secretary of Defense got confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
And they was tearing the Secretary of Defense to pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Heckchild. Heckchild, that motherfucking lady was grilling him so hard. She was, and I was like, there's no possible way they let it through. This again, but J.D. Vance was the determining party. His one vote
pushed it over. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, here it is. Listen to this. And I'm not going to play all of it, but I just want you to get the gist of it.
Did you say that COVID-19 was a genetically engineered bioweapon that targets black? Did you say that COVID-19 has issues in Chinese people?
Oh my God, I behold. Oh my God, I behold.
Did you say that it targets black and white people? But
Oh my God, I behold. Oh my God, I behold.
move on. Did you say that Lyme disease is highly likely a material?
They're worried about what happens to the intelligence they share with us. Can we keep it secret? Will we abuse it?
Engineered bioweapon. I've made sure I put in the highly likely. Did you say Lyme disease is a highly likely militarily engineered bioweapon?
I probably did say that.
Did you say that?
That's what the developer of
I want all of our colleagues to hear it, Mr. Kennedy. I want them to hear it. You said yes. Did you say that exposure to pesticides causes children to become transgender?
No, I never said that.
Okay, well, I have the record that I'll give to the chairman, and he can make his judgment about what you said. Did you write in your book, and it's undeniable that African AIDS is an entirely different.
Right, here we go. The one we've all been waiting for. Alright, put your masks on when you get in the bank. Then crowd control. We're on, well, crowd control. You get in their faces. Shout at them. Shoot near them if you have to. Just try not to kill them. Mind you, that wouldn't be cool. Demolitions, Haggard, your first job is to subdue the guards. Again, try and do it without killing them. Then when that's done, go downstairs and hit the vault. I've given you special carbines with suppressors. Use them wisely. Like I said, this is a big deal, people. Don't fuck it up.
refugees from Western aid? Yes or no, Mr. Kennedy?
I'm not sure if I may.
Okay, I'll give it to the chairman, Mr. Kennedy, and then my final question. Did you say on a podcast, and I quote, I wouldn't leave it, abortion, to the state. My belief is we should leave it to the woman. You shouldn't have the government involved, even if it's transparent. Did you say that, Mr. Kennedy?
That's asking every voice to the agony of Mr. Kennedy.
I think it matters. It doesn't matter when you come here and say the industry is not reflective of what you really believe. You haven't said over decade after decade after decade, because unlike other jobs with the permanent around this place, this is a job where it is life and death. For the kids that I used to work for in the Denver public schools, and for families all over this country that are suffering from living in the richest country of the world that can't deliver basic health care and basic mental health care today. It's too important for the games that you're playing, Mr. Kennedy. And I hope my colleagues will say to the president, I have no influence over him. I hope my colleagues will say to the president, out of 330 million Americans, you can be better than this.
Dang, pull him up. But see, this is why I'm so passionate about this too, and why I'm so passionate before the election, because it's not just about who's the president, it's also about his judgment and the choices that he's making for who he's putting in his cabinet. Like, he's literally putting people in place who have no experience in politics at all. Can we find that clip of the Hicks take? It wasn't me. Hicks take was. But no.
And I don't even want to. Let's not even talk about the trembling in his voice.
Hicks, I want to.
They tore him up. That motherfucker lady.
Wait, is that in here? I think that's in here.
That lady tore his ass up too.
Yeah. Okay, hold on.
And they received an email that said, from the administration, if you tender your resignation by next Friday, we will guarantee you payment through the end of September, whether or not you start. So, tender your resignation, and then, boy, it's just going to be a gravy train. You're just going to get paid for 7 months without working. The president has no authority to make that up. There's no budget line item to pay people who are not showing up for work. This is the guy who made this promise to contractors again and again and again when he was private business guy. Oh, come work for me in my casino. Come work for me in a hotel. We're going to do a handshake. We're going to do a contract. The contractor does the work. And then finds out they get tipped. So my message to federal employees who receive this is, yes, the president has tried to terrorize you for about a week, and then gives you a little sweetheart offer. If you resign in the next week, we're just going to pay you for doing nothing for the next 7 months. Don't be fooled. He's tricked hundreds of people with that offer. If you accept that offer and resign, he'll stiff you just like he stiffed the contractor. He doesn't have any authority to do this. Do not be fooled by this guy. You were here before he was here, and you'll be here after he was here. Show up for work, be diligent, serve Americans every day, make their life better, answer their phone calls, give them an answer, track down their constituent calls. Don't be fooled by a fake offer that because he's terrorized for the last week, it would be easy to just resign now and get a check for 7 months, because I can tell you, that promise is worth nothing.
Now, you can see he's trying to swindle these other ones without a good job. Because I was listening to Joy and Reed yesterday, and I have a clip. Yeah. So I found it. But we want to discuss that first. Yeah, let me and then come after this. Okay. So he's trying to get federal workers to take this buyout, right? And I was looking at Joyanne Reed. She did a post yesterday where she was talking about federal employees, because Lyndon Johnson signed it into law that government positions they could not discriminate against black people. And because of that, a lot of black people came up in the middle class, right? Because a lot of people, black postal workers, government workers, period. And then also, she was talking about, Joy Amber was talking about how government contracts, like if you're a construction worker, you get a government contract to do the parking lot for a prison or whatever, right? Government contracts are a way for people to really make a lot of money as well, to really pull themselves out of poverty. They're trying to get rid of a lot of black people, minorities, out of federal positions. Because in that way, they can create policies, nobody's really paying attention, et cetera, et cetera. Go ahead, what is that? They're all games right here. Oh, no. Yeah, so that started from the beginning.
Been involved in international. You led an audit of any organization, yes or no? I don't want to know your yes or no, if you led an audit of any organization of which you were in charge.
Senator, in both of the organizations I ran for workforce, we were always completely fiscally responsible.
Yes or no, to lead an audit?
And the way
yes
that
no, did you lead an audit?
Stated,
yes or no?
Completely
you led an audit of any organization, yes or no? I don't want to know your answer, yes or no, but you led an audit of any organization of which you were in charge.
Senator, in both of the organizations I ran, we were always completely fiscally responsible.
Yes or no, did you lead an audit?
Use the bikes to get away from the cops and to get upstate. Or you left the dinghy in Raton Canyon, that's your exit plan. There's a route coming to your GPS now. It'll take you off-road, away from the cops, and towards our boat. Stay together or go a different way if you want, but this will be the safest route. Come on, move! I like the way you operate. Just worry about getting to the canyon. Okay, you're coming into Chiliad State Park. We're almost out of this. Almost. Keep following your GPS. It'll take you through the forest, around the hills, toward the canyon. Use the bikes to get away from the cops and to get upstate. When you left the dinghy in Ratton Canyon, that's your exit plan. There's a route coming to your GPS now. It'll take you off-road, away from the cops, and towards our boat. Stay together or go a different way if you want, but this will be the safest route. Go, 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 go! I like the way you operate. If this job had gone different, we'd be dealing with a whole lot more cops. There'll be more cops on the way. Get out of there! Right about now, the CEO of Pack Standard is calling the mayor. He's probably patched in the chair of the Union Depository. And they're all about to tear the ass out of the chief of police. Cops on the street will be highly motivated to bring you down. But you don't need to worry about that. Just get to Ratton Canyon. I've got a plan. The boat we've left for you in the river, that's your way out. Come to think of it, Kerr's boots just before you jump might be the best way to get away from the cliff. Soon as you're airborne, ditch your bikes and start gliding. That's easy, right? Coming from a guy who walks with a cane.
Woo!
You see that boat in the creek? That's where you're aiming. There's a lot of confused voices coming out of my police scanner right now. You know what? I might have just pulled this off. Maybe I am a genius after all. Oh, my friends! We did it! Well, you did it. Woo. I know I didn't do that much, but you. You know, I thought you were just a bunch of creepy and quiet weirdos. Turns out you're a bunch of creepy, quiet weirdos with talent. You rob and you steal and destroy like geniuses. Oh, I love it. I love it. Here, let me wire you your money.
Spending database. People are cherry picking data.
Important to keep following the story. Thank you so much.
Times. All the laughs we've had. You're like family. The picnic. You know, the hike.
Hey, I want to thank all of you as well for watching this evening. Anderson Cooper 360. That's nice.
Watch the sunset and we stayed up all night talking and sharing innermost fears. That wasn't you? The skinny dipping and the... What are you saying?
The White House goes all in on Gaza Largo. Hello, I'm John Bull. Ahead on CNN News.
I'm not well.
This is an out-of-the-box idea.
I'm a little embarrassed.
On CNN News.
Okay, the money. Here.
This is an out-of-the-box idea. That's who President Trump is.
Standing by, the president plans to own Gaza, but with a few tweaks.
Here, okay.
Cutting the size of the federal government with an axe.
Okay.
What is the general feeling across government amongst your fellow federal workers right now?
Grief. Government workers in the U.S. now face mass firings, possibly coming out. And rebuilding Syria.
When you're here on the ground and looking at it, it's clear that it is going to cost hundreds of billions to rebuild.
And for a nation in ruin, broken and bankrupt, where those billions will come from remains a mystery. 9 From Atlanta, this is CNN Newsroom with John Bowles. A day after Donald Trump left much of the world stunned with his plan to force million Palestinians out of Gaza and turn the Palestinian territory into Mar-a-Lago on the Mediterranean, or Gaza-Lago, the White House and other senior officials are praising the proposal, but at the same time walking back some key elements. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio described the offer to rebuild as generous, but notably added Palestinians will be relocated on a temporary basis.
So what he's very generously offered is the ability of the United States to go in and help with debris removal, help with munitions removal, help with reconstruction, the rebuilding homes and businesses and things of this nature, so that then people can move back in. But in the meantime, they'll have to live somewhere.
The White House press secretary says the plan is historic and outside-the-box thinking, while insisting the project would not be funded by the United States. Those opposed include the Palestinians, Saudi Arabia, Russia, China, Germany. Some Republicans in the U.S. asked how this plan puts America first. And the UN Secretary General did not mention Trump or his proposal specifically, but reaffirmed his support for a two-state solution.
In the search for solutions, we must not make the problem worse. It is vital to stay true to the bedrock of international law. It is essential to avoid any form of ethnic cleansing.
More details now from CNN's Jeff Saloni reporting in.
Against a wave of backlash from Republican senators and indeed leaders around the world, the White House moved to explain and walk back a bit President Trump's stunning statement from Tuesday night that the U.S. will, quote, own the Gaza Strip and make moves to develop it. Now, White House Press Secretary said that the Palestinians would only have to be temporarily relocated. That was at odds with what the president said one day earlier. He said there would be a permanent resettlement. But there was still some question about the fact that if the president would be willing to send U.S. forces to the region. The press secretary said the president was leaving it open for this reason.
I think the president is very good when he's making deals and negotiating, not to rule out anything, because he wants to preserve that leverage in negotiations. And so I think that's what he's doing here.
So laying this out in terms of any ordinary deal the president has done certainly flies in the face of what he has long talked about. He has long criticized the never-ending wars in his views and long-standing foreign entanglements. But there certainly are some questions now. This is just an opening gambit. If so, how will this affect the second phase of the peace process? But White House advisors are saying the president, yes, is still serious about the idea of developing Gaza and of moving the 1.8 million Palestinians, but there is no doubt. One thing is certain. The president said everyone loves this plan. That simply is not true. Leaders in the Arab world, of course, and European nations as well, pushed back considerably on that. Republican senators also said that there simply would be an investment of aid from the U.S. or forces as well. So there's some doubt now, just one day after the president made that stunning announcement in the White House, what the future of that may be. But he certainly is committed to doing something new, he said, in the Middle East. Jeff Saloni, CNN, the White House.
To Los Angeles now, and CNN senior political analyst Ron Brownstein. Welcome back. Good to see you.
Hey, John.
Okay, so a day after Donald Trump essentially shocked the world with his post-war vision for Gaza, the White House was insisting he's a visionary and the plan is serious.
This is an out-of-the-box idea. That's who President Trump is. That's why the American people elected him. And his goal is lasting peace in the Middle East for all people in the region.
There's a long list of reasons why this plan is a non-starter, from the Geneva Conventions preventing mass relocations of populations, very little of any support among Americans for spending billions of dollars sending U.S. troops into the Middle East, international opposition, not least of all from the Palestinians. So am I wrong here to believe that, Club Gaza or the Middle East Riviera will never actually become reality?
I look at two big themes here. I mean, first, we talked about the transition. All of the folks in the room who would have said no to Donald Trump in the first term are not there in the second term. The first term, he felt that he had to make concessions to other power centers in the Republican Party and appoint people who were not really part of his personal network or his MAGA movement.
They're not there this time. So you're pretty much getting Trump unfiltered on both domestic and foreign policy, and that is not going to be an unmitigated blessing for his administration or for Republicans. And the other thing is that, this is the international law equivalent of what we've been seeing on so many domestic statutes, which is that Trump is just barreling past legal restrictions that he wants to ignore, firing inspectors general, ignoring the civil service protections, and dismissing prosecutors who worked on January 6th cases, ignoring the federal law that the Supreme Court just upheld on TikTok, and here clearly envisioning a series of actions that would violate international law.
A Democrat Senator, Chris Murphy, and many others are warning that this is all just, in fact, a distraction. On Instagram, he posted, "The U.S. isn't invading and occupying Gaza. Trump wants us to talk about this crazy idea all day to relieve the pressure on him that is building as the public figures out that a theft is occurring. The billionaires illegally taking over government to steal from us." That seems to be a reference to Elon Musk's recent takeover of a little-known government department, with the Washington Post reporting Musk and a band of allies are harnessing tech units and other agencies that handle daily federal operations to amass sweeping control of the executive branch. So just what is Musk doing and why?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like that under the guise of efficiency, Musk is carrying out an ideological kind of a purge for Trump. I don't think anybody would dispute that, with each new administration, there's a place for reviewing federal systems. Certainly federal information management is not at the cutting edge of the 21st century. But if you look at the targets that Musk in particular is focusing on, they're long-standing ideological targets of the right. I mean, USAID, $40 billion in annual budget, really not a major component of the federal deficit. What's coming at the Education Department, the attempt to dismantle and potentially seek to shutter the Education Department. That's been a goal of conservatives for a long time. And then all of the issues about Musk's personal conflicts of interest and privacy, potential violations. What you basically got is an attempt to kind of move the federal government in an ideological direction that's being cloaked in the guise of efficiency.
And we know that there's potential conflicts of interest here because of the billions of dollars of government contracts that Musk and his...
Yes or no? What are you afraid of? You can't answer this question. Yes or no, did you lead an audit? Do you not know this answer? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? There was a finding. So there were no findings. You've never led an audit. What guidance did you give the auditors? No, because you've never led an audit. Nobody expects you to be an accountant to set up that. What we expect is for you to understand the complexities of the technical absolutely necessary to operate our warfighters. Look, the 50% of these guys make decisions every single day that with high-level information is being provided to them. And 50% has to have a wealth of knowledge. Right now, we're in concerns that you have needed. You can look at what is the highest level of international negotiations that you have engaged in, that you've led in, because 50% does lead in the last legislative negotiations. There are three main ones that the Secretary of Defense leads on time. Can you name at least one of them? The next question said, sure. What is the highest level of international security agreement that you have led? And can you name some that the Secretary of Defense would lead? There's three main ones.
Not been involved in international security arrangements that have not been in government other than serving the military. So my job has been...
So no. The answer is, can you name one of the three main ones? That the Secretary of Defense
arrangements, and NATO might be one that you're referring to.
So the force agreement would be one of them.
Status of forces agreement. I've been a part of about status of forces agreement.
You don't remember to mention it? You're not qualified, Mr. Hexer. You're not qualified. You talk about repairing our defense industrial complex. You're not qualified to that. You could do acquisition and cross-citizen agreement. This is basically a security agreement. You can't even mention that. You said none of it. You talked about the Indo-Pacific a little bit, and I'm glad you mentioned it. Do you name the importance of one of the nations in the ASEAN, and what type of agreement we have with at least one of the nations? And how many nations are in ASEAN, by the way?
I couldn't tell you the exact number, but I know we have allies in South Korea, in Japan, and in office with Australia, up on submarines today. None of those countries are allies at all. None of those countries that you mentioned are in ASEAN. I suggest you do a little homework if you be there for these types of associated gifts. This is, we ask our troops to go into harm's way all the time. We ask them to go into harm's way. And this behind me is a copy of the Soldier's Creed, a copy that usually hangs over my desk here in the Senate. And you should be familiar with it. It's the same copy that hung over my desk at Walter Reed every single day that I woke up and fought my way back because I wanted to go back and serve next to my buddy to save my life. This same copy, these words, I repeat it over and over and over again. And you read out two things to you, two sentences. I will always place the mission first, and I am disciplined, physically and mentally tough, trained and proficient at my warrior class. Mr. Hexa, I'll teach follow these words every single day. And they man up, and they pack their rucksacks, and they go to war. And they deserve a leader who can lead them, not a leader who wants to lower the standards for himself, but raising the standards for the people. By the way, our troops already meet the standards. We ask the troops, man that ship, fight that fire, fly that helicopter, and take a very last breath. And they do that every single day. They cannot be led by someone who's not competent to do the job. Properly asking those to train the set actually higher standards. Because you actually have to lower the standards to make leaders of the defense. Simply because your buddies were not president-elect. And by the way, he has filed for bankruptcy 6 times. And I'm quite sure he's the kind of CEO you want to refer to as a successful businessman. Let me you can't seem to grasp that there is no U.S. military, as we know it, without the incredible women that we serve. Women earn their place in their units. You have not earned your place as Secretary of Defense. You say you care about keeping our armed forces strong, and if you like that our armed forces are healthy, then let's not lower the standards to you. You, sir, are a no-go organization.
When I said she fried and fricasseed his ass, fried and fricasseed. When I say that Asian woman killed his cat, and the fact that she is Asian and a woman, I know that cracker was in the bag. When I say she killed his motherfucking cat back, I know them crackers went to make sure that bitch was naturalized, because they would have shipped her ass up out of here too. Trust me, you know.
But he got confirmed anyway. He is our Secretary of Defense.
That's what I'm saying.
They stated he has no experience. He is our Secretary of Defense.
It's crazy. It is crazy. And they were the ones, white men, were so quick to talk about the DEI. No, bitch, none of you did. None of you
motherfucking niggas up there. None of them. They could have gave me a position up there.
Where was you gonna work?
At the top.
I can roll.
At the motherfucking top.
What job you want over there?
Being Secretary of it all.
Okay.
The Secretary of it all, bitch.
It's crazy. It is crazy. The fact that they ran this whole campaign talking about black and brown and women who were not able or capable or qualified for positions. And yet he's stacking his entire cabinet with people who are unqualified. People who have never even worked there.
Did I come to somebody named Malcolm? He said, I'm lying on all my job applications.
And do.
I think what needs to be removed from application is rape,
the felony shit,
criminal,
gender.
Take it all out.
Speaking of criminal bits, I was telling Madison on the phone today. He said this cracker, your president, is sending repeat offenders, bitch, to El Salvador. So if your baby daddy is a repeat offender, bitch, they may deport him to El Salvador, whether he speaks Spanish or not, bitch. How are you just going to send people out of the country because they're repeat offenders? Let me tell you how I spent my morning today. I've been reading up on some of this stuff, not a whole bunch, but just some of it. And two of the industries that they're saying are going to, oh, he said, he's trying to talk about the just getting protest. Yeah.
Didn't he say he was going to stop the war?
He said something about blowing it up or something.
My thing was, didn't he say when he got in he was going to stop the war? He said that. Didn't he say he was going to stop the war?
Yeah, I wasn't there. Yeah, Camilla, we talked about that earlier in the show, that it cost like $1,000 for these deportations of like 80 people at a time with the cost of planes and et cetera. But today I was, two of the industries that they're saying are going to skyrocket are the prison system. You know, got AI. And so I started buying stock today. Oh, send it over. Okay. I bought some stock this morning from an AI company in Taiwan, too. Because I feel in my spirit you're going to be living in Bali. Right. You're going to be doing a live back talk. Correct. Live from Bali, right. So I bought some stock for a AI company, and I was looking for prison companies that build and construct prisons. And so I Googled and looked all that shit up. But I had already bought stock for two of those. I did that shit a while ago. But I was like, so this is the kind of stuff that we need to start thinking about too. I don't know, Dan, if you got $25. Get you a little bit of stock here and there, let them crackers make their money, you make you some money too. And if you ain't got extra money for shit like that, this is why you need to try to stay in the day. You have a little extra money, do little shit like that. Like, they make their money, extra money. Because that's one of the stocks that I have, that bottom one right there. Caleb, half Facebook.
Yeah, they said no, they're not good now.
Wow. That's one of the companies I already had it.
Not the Bible.
Job. That's one of the ones that I always had. I bought that a while ago. But my thing is, they can't merging. You know what I'm saying? Or getting bought out. But like these are the kind of things that we got to start thinking about.
Very good.
Some of them are really expensive per share. They could be $600-$700 a share. But that doesn't mean.
Haven't you caused enough trouble? Okay, can I get a status report, Mr. Crest?
Not good.
What STD comment?
When I said I wouldn't let them give it to you.
I guess that's what he's talking about.
When I said I wouldn't let
I wouldn't even let.
When I said I don't have nothing to give you, I wouldn't even let them give me it. But I did.
Yeah, no, I didn't buy that one today. I had already had that one, so I know you guys are saying that it's dropping and da. But that's the thing with stock; they go up and down. So.
Kim, are you okay? Kim, are you okay? What happened here?
I don't know.
Kim, are you okay, baby?
He wants to turn Gaza into a vacation property.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Kim, are you okay?
Whacking the HUD. Let me look them up.
Sometimes I don't understand.
Right.
Because I don't. If that's what it takes for you not to like us, what about the other thing that we said? What did we say? We don't just be sitting around thinking about the things. We just be talking. We don't be meaning no harm. Did you get you some stock? Did you get you some stock in Beeve or Gilead? I'm getting me some stock in Gilead.
And B, two. I'm looking up that stock. Hold on. Pay for your say it's not a scam. Pay for your say it's not a scam. Somebody said that? Yeah, somebody was in the comments saying pay for your say it's a scam. It's not a scam. It is not a scam. There are people in here who have made money. If you paid money for pay for your say, drop a 1 down in the comments. Yes, because Mo definitely made it, bitch. And I definitely made some. I should have got it. Right. But Mo definitely cleaned up, paid for your say. This is why we had got thrown out from the family in the morning. Because Mo was out in the street working. Okay. Mo was doing the thing. So that definitely wasn't the scam. Mo had tapped me on my shoulder like, girl, time to tell me. Right. Okay. Y'all gonna tell me to step aside. Right. Okay. So if you want to join Pay for Your Say, you can sign up. It's scrolling at the bottom. That's your promo code. I mentioned Darius Brown, Darius Cook. Yeah. I mentioned him earlier. We kind of touched on it the other day. And then somebody commented on my YouTube channel and said, do you owe Darius Cook an apology? And so I replied and said, no, do you? Craig, that's a lot to read. Can you take that down more and let Craig read it? Because that's too small. Oh, I can see it. I can't. So I said, let me see, I have it in here. I said, no, do you? But my question to you is, what did he say that's relevant to what's going on with Target and her products? Nothing. He criticized her product placement in the stores and the percentage he believes she's getting off those sales. So again, what does that criticism have to do with Target rolling back its DEI initiatives? Because that affects all businesses owned by marginalized people, not just Tabitha. My point then and now is that it's always a nigga who has nothing trying to tell someone who does what and how they should run their business. What he suggested costs millions. Because he was basically, Darius Cook was basically saying, she needed to have her own warehouse, she needed to do this, that costs millions of dollars. It requires investors to set up operations to package and fill orders. So again, it's like, he was criticizing her for something completely separate. That had nothing to do. So no, I did not owe him an apology.
All right, let's talk.
What was that? Trump directed the opening of Guantanamo Bay detention center to hold migrants. Yeah. Migrants mean the people that here legally. Is Melania gonna be down there? Girl. And JD Vance, his wife's parents are, she's first generation, but her parents, I don't know where her parents are. I don't know if they're here or where they are. Are y'all filing your income tax this year? Or y'all holding out for a year? Because a business can hold their income tax for up to 5 years? 3 to 5 years. A business. Is it 5? It might be somewhere. 3 to 5 years. So are y'all filing y'all income tax this year? I don't know if I want to pay in. Because my gender marker done changed. So what you're saying is that Madison doesn't have to pay taxes? Or you saying Timothy doesn't have to? No, because they're not the same people. Correct. So who's going to pay the taxes? Well, they're looking for a man to pay the taxes. So that's what I'm saying. But I'm a woman. So what's important to know is who's on the tax documents? The woman's on the tax. Well, then I guess you might have to pay your tax. But the business is on the tax. Oh. When the year comes around, Madison makes $11,000 flat. Go, Craig, about to go get them foods. I gotta pee. Oh, do you? Yes, girl. It's that Bailey's running for me. It's that Bailey. Yeah, Bailey. St. Louis, y'all ready for the bags to come out? I don't even know if I make 11,000. Yeah, I think I probably make about 8,500. Divide that by 12. Girl, I'm below the poverty level. I am below the poverty level, so I may need to go ahead and get me some food stamps. Yeah, what prison comment? Somebody said we got to talk about the prison comment. What prison comment? About Guantanamo Bay? Somebody said, so is Timothy or Madison going to be? Both. She said both. Okay, so 8,500 divided by 12, that's $708. That's $708 a month. Is that right? Yeah, that is about right. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Oh, and let me tell you what I did yesterday. I went and got. Well, I didn't do it. I didn't go in person. I bought a Costco membership. You did? I did because I ordered some stuff with Instacart, and when you get to the checkout, it says, "Do you want to sign up for your card? I mean your card." So I got a Instacart. I mean a Costco card. But here's the thing: I stocked up on paper towels, toilet paper, toothpaste, dish detergent, laundry detergent. Because, bitch, this white nigga and these tariffs and shit, and the way these eggs are $20, bitch, I bought trash bags for inside the house, for outside the house. I bought like shit like that. Because, baby, trash bags might be $50 soon. Toilet paper might be $75. The rate this nigga moving. Yeah, you can borrow my Costco card. I sure do. Listen, I need a link card and I need some wig. I got milk. I got milk. I got milk in these titties.
I can drink your neck, bro.
But no, I told you I don't swallow. I thought you were talking about cum. I'm talking about milk.
Well, they're both the same.
Oh my God.
You've never milked a man?
No.
Oh.
You mean, what does that mean?
You've never milked a man?
What do you mean, let him come in your mouth?
Girl.
Is that what you're talking about?
Just milk the man.
What does that mean?
No, have you ever been milked?
What does milk mean?
Have you ever been milked? Is it homogenized? Yeah. So you've never been milked?
So what is
have you ever been creamed? No? No cream?
What do you do?
Cream. Milk? I don't know. I'm saying as a man, you've never been milked. Ladies, have you ever milked a man? Greg, you've never been milked?
I don't know what it is. What does that mean?
Greg, as much as you speak about being sexually
well, I don't get into the jargon, I get into the action.
a sexual professional.
Paid for your say code is scrolling at the bottom. Somebody just asked about it.
A sexual professional, and you don't know about being milked?
I don't know the jargon.
Again, Mo, have you been milked?
I get into the action. What is milk?
You said you don't, not that you know if you don't know you've been milked. So you mean to tell me I'm the only sexual experience?
Oh, sir, you're the only prostitute here.
Wait a minute.
You're the only retired Jew. You're the only retired Jew. That's not shit to go from the streets. That's not you learn that in your training. Not training. You learn that that's on the job training. You learn that in your training. To milk and be milked. So what does that mean? A prostate massage? Is that what it is? What is to be milked? You see the people that are in there, they're sitting there.
So Mo, you've never been milked?
That's what that means. No. What is it?
So your prostate has never been relieved?
Oh, what you mean when somebody?
So you're still a virgin?
That's what you want to call it. You mean when you're about to come and somebody playing with your ass or something?
What the fuck is it?
Yeah, that's what it is. When somebody stimulates your prostate and you about to nut, you about to come. So you have been milked. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I've been milked. Yeah. Would you like to be milked? I'm asking you. There are women in here that say they've milked men. They say that's the best nut.
I don't know.
You're depriving yourself from the ways of life with your heterosexual thought process. But we want you to live outside of the box. But you know, a lot of men want straight men, I should say. We want you to live outside of the box. It's not stuck up in it. Droopy, it can look like anything you want it to look like, baby, but I'm going to tell you something. It ain't. It's not stuck up in it. It's just held.
What do you can't hold nobody's.
You can't. You don't. No. Your anus. No. You can't. Well, there's some people out there you can hold their anus because I've seen it on X. And speaking of holding anuses and stuff on X, aren't they going to make porn illegal? That was a part of the Project 2025 that they were going to make porn illegal. Well, if they are, I don't know what the OnlyFans girls are going to do. Now, they do know that the people they're the biggest consumers of it. Who? The Republicans? Somebody said, how can I milk the writer? Who said that? Who said that? The same kind of shit. Who said that?
tunnels. Get in before they seal up for good. The main launch facility is at the end of that tunnel. Go, go! That's where you want to be. 50 years old and these tunnels still look like they're under construction. Definitely a state-run
companies actually have. But then there's also investigations for breaches of government regulations, which are ongoing. X, formerly Twitter, facing legal action.
They said it's like a girl licking your boot, the perineum, and you don't know. Hold on. Oh, who slid in your DM? Oh, somebody said this. Oh, this shit is going. When? Let me go to my DMs. Somebody said, can we go back to the prison investments for a moment? We will. We talk about milk. They said, whose milk is spoiled? Ooh, they said in Florida. Hold on, in Florida. Oh, no, Greg, I want to milk him. Let me see what he looks like. We want to milk him. Oh, you come most when the prostate is stimulated. Well, that's what I was saying. And then a lot of straight men. So that's not this year. Okay. And not it's being pressed down on like this. Pressed down and shaken together. And it's run it over. And that's what happened? What happened? But I think that's also why a lot of straight men don't like to ask because they know they're going to enjoy it. They're scared to enjoy it. So, and then again. Oh, you're going to share that here? Just a little bit, not how. Oh, okay. Go ahead. I'm listening. A minute. You get off the bus. I'm just listening. I'm just riding. A minute, man. What? 3 days ago. A minute. So the man and I were having a conversation. How old is he? 33. A young man. So you're Cougar training? More training than Cougar. He's a foreign man. Where is he from? I know, but just go ahead and say it. He's not Nigerian. He's Liberian. Somewhere in the area. Okay. I'm going to Africa. I gotta take a about that. I bought my flight the other day. You did? Yeah. Go ahead. Somewhere in the area. I hear you. Hey. Somewhere. Okay, he's from Liberia. He's 33. Huh. So I took a moment to explain to him. So for him what? That I was thinking. Bitch, I thought you were about to take another turn. I told him I was thinking. Because he doesn't watch TV and things like that. I'm like, great. Oh, okay. Well, I wonder if he spent any time on the internet. I don't know. But anyway, so in the midst of our conversation, no, there's no need to look up because you're going to look back. Okay. So in the midst of our conversation, did we have an answer? Yes. Okay. It was a black sin at first. It was black. And then I was like, yeah. Where are you from? Mm-hmm. And he says, if you have a boyfriend, I said, I'm engaged. Damn. Give me a moment. Hold on. Slow down, NDRE. You're taking me way too fast. Sweet 16? Sweet 16. Okay. So after I explained to him, I told him that, I want all my niggas to have women. And I said, I'm a woman that I don't keep clutter. Mm-hmm. Sometimes men get very much clutter. I don't keep clutter. Mm-hmm. I just gather the things and I just, it's a revolving door for me. So now, I just like the good times. Hold on, let me finish. Well, I want a description. Is he tall? Is he short? Is he dark? Is he light? Definitely dark. I like dark men. Dark as in Bo's complexion, G's complexion, dark. Bo and G, same complexion. G's slightly light. Slightly. You see it? You don't know what Bo looks like? No, I'm looking. Okay. Slightly. He is slightly light. Yeah. Okay, got it. So he's about G, somewhere between their complexion.
Yeah.
Okay. Is he tall?
Taller than me.
Okay, that's not hard to do. Is he G's complexion? I mean, height?
In that area.
Okay, what's his build? Is he slim?
No.
He fat?
No.
Oh, he's built.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, built men like fat girls. Don't you ever get it twisted. I know y'all know y'all Jays say no fats, no bill. But the spray, like that brick oven piece of pussy. So anyway, I just was very much so was like, do you have a boyfriend? I was like, I'm engaged. He's like, oh, okay. Because when men tell me they're married or they're engaged, I'm like, what does that have to do with me? Well, you have to take up with your wife or your girlfriend. That don't got nothing to do with me. And so he was like, we talked,
So wait, hold on.
So hold on,
So you may have a book one day to talk about your man with his wife.
Actually, I'm going to have a television show. That's about that.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And so he said, what about G? What about? Everybody has to go home. What? Well, stop laughing at me, God damn it. Every man that I know has to go home. I ain't got time for that. I told him, y'all the women's problem. I'm okay. Anyway, ready?
Mm-hmm.
So we were texting back and forth, and we were like, we were setting up the date that we were going to go on. I was like, listen, before we go to the situation like going on dates, I don't really have time for that. Mm-hmm. I said, I need you to know which star you're talking to. So I sent him over Google. He said, no, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see. I want you to talk to her. I was like, honey, listen, because this is giving me, who I am.
Mm-hmm.
This is giving me, who the doll is. And so I was like, bro, I ain't got time for this, whatever.
So you said to him, I'm famous.
I did.
That's how you said it?
Yes. He already knew I was rich. Sure. He already knew that. So it's like, how do you get your money? Oh, God. Okay. And so here's why I told him this stuff earlier. He's just going to get real vicious now. So I sent him over, and then he read. I said, well, did you read? I said, you read too fast. You read these things about.
So you exchanged phone numbers because you kind of hopped over that.
Well, she was here.
But you sent him over the article or the whatever, the Google, so you had his phone number?
He came here to do.
I know what he came here to do. So you exchanged phone numbers is what I'm saying.
Of course.
Okay, so let's get the facts. So you told him that you're engaged.
No,
and then you said
too far back.
I know, I'm just recapping.
What I said was
you told him you were engaged, and then you sent him your number because you needed him to know that you're famous as a precursor to going on the date.
Yeah, because we were talking about, like, he wanted to take me out on the date and all this stuff.
And he said that after you told him you were engaged.
Of course.
Okay, go ahead. I just want to make sure.
You have to let the men know that, the nigga may roll up on you. Anyway.
So you sent him the stuff.
Yeah. So after that,
he was still here when you sent it to him, or he had left?
No, he had left.
Okay.
And so we were still talking, and da-da-da-da-da. And after we were talking and the thing, whatever, I'm just like, bro, okay, you're not giving me the responses that I need. So the responses that you're giving me is making me feel like that you know that I'm the yes. So let me confirm that I know that you know that I'm the yes. So I sent what? I sent a dirty one.
You sent them something from Big Big Big?
No, I sent him something. Yes. And so it was very it took a moment.
Hold on. You sent him one of your dirty videos? I mean, one of your nude pictures or videos or something? From your camera roll? You sent him something filthy from your camera roll?
Yes.
Was your face in there too?
Maybe.
What's his shoulder?
Because it could have been. It could have been inconspicuous. Or discreet. It could have been.
Okay. And so, so I'm assuming he saw you for surprise.
Actually, hi.
What happened next?
There was silence.
How long? 5 minutes?
There was silence. So after the silence, there were dots, bubbles.
He's typing. He's typing.
Typing. Typing. He said, so, where's your pussy?
Oh God. And to that you replied, I don't have one.
I said,
I don't have fallopian tubes either.
did you watch the video? He said, yes.
Oh God. I cannot take it. He said, yes. Where's your pussy? I didn't say vagina. He said, Liz, where's your pussy?
I said, I don't have one of those.
But I have titties.
No. You saw those too?
Right.
And then,
So this is a picture or a video?
this was, I needed you to see motion.
Okay.
Matter of fact, you
Let,
it all.
right, I'm saying it. Let me see what you said. Damn. I cannot take it. Oh God. Somebody said they're streaming.
Hold on, hold the line. Give me a second.
Oh God. Hold on. That is too funny. Okay.
This was this one.
Oh, so you were clandestine at first.
Clandestine, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know the thing.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Oh, girl, you had her concealed at first.
No, there was no concealment.
Oh, now you can see her.
Yeah. And so then it was then it was this. Okay. But then I was like, let us be clear in our doing.
Okay, you're going for the codes. I'll tell my contact to meet you off Elgin Avenue.
Then the blessings begin to flow. And it's destitute. And then I put that. You know.
My contact's trying to drop her
So
bureau
now, when did you do
surveillance.
this video? Because this was not to that.
No,
And that is not to her.
These guys
No,
are
that
real
I was somewhere.
weirdos.
I see. So what did he say after that video?
Sense.
He said,
That's when he said, wait,
where's your pussy?
Team of 4 on this. Let's go.
And then you said, I don't have one. And then what did he say?
I mean, and me looking at him, he seems very sexy and fine, but I know he doesn't have a lot of dick. How you know, girl? So, he better be careful. Because I said, I don't have a pussy to give you.
Mm-hmm.
My contact needs to be able to get in and out quick.
Because I was about to say, it seems like you don't have a lot of dick to give me. I can only give you what God gave me. And you can give me what God gave you. You don't have a lot of dick here, so I'm going to going to these scenarios for it. All the dick that you're lacking, I have it. You don't need that.
I have enough for me and you.
Correct.
So what did he say?
That's not what you want.
Oh.
He likes the ass and the pussy. And I said, well, I can only give you one of those things.
This is not multiple choice.
I can only give you one. I know that you're befuddled right now, and you're bewildered,
Right.
and you're in this space of,
So is he coming back?
of course. But I don't know if I'm going to,
I want to know what he said next.
that's not for them to know.
Oh.
We need 30 seconds, though, please.
Please.
Yeah, no. And then I'll just leave it right there. It was very much so
very like, how? It becomes a question of how did the things happen?
Right.
Like, how? Because, again, I don't care what people know out there in the streets.
Right.
Yours first is not.
Yeah. First impression.
It's not a man.
Right.
Regardless of whatever these people out here care.
Well, like I said to you before, I think people who say that, like, man.
We need to be sure.
Obviously, there's those people who say it because they're trying to take a jab. But I think that there are people who will say, oh, yeah, I know, or I knew, because you had already shared that with the world. You had already, if you had never done porn, Miss Mary's out here falling out. If you had never done porn and never talked about it on social media and all that other stuff, I don't believe you could remember.
When he said that, he just kept wanting to know where is your pussy? I'm like, but you see it off of the hand. That's all. And you can anything else. That's it. That's all. Yeah. But it was like, oh. How did you? How?
It's a total.
I was in the daytime with you. Right. So how? And you know, we're in an age where everybody tells people that, you know, I just know.
Yeah.
Oh, I can look at the shoulders. Right. Look at the back.
Right.
Look how long the torso is. Look at the neck. Look at the hands. Look at the feet. Look at the eyeballs. Look at the eyelids. The eyelashes. Look at the tongue. Look at the nose. Look at the
all night. I heard that.
Sure, just saying all kind of shit. I ain't never heard the tongue. I'm just being sorry.
Okay.
Like, because it's just like, look, I just know, and I just see everything. Like, I just know. And so my thing is, but be ye not dismayed. I was very much so honest.
Yeah.
Because I don't got time.
Right.
But it was, it just was a lot of questions of.
Yeah.
How did this happen?
Yeah.
How did you get here?
That is too funny. What about y'all inside?
It's that coffee.
Is that what it is?
That coffee will take you down.
Mushroom coffee. I think we talked about it there. Yeah, we did. We talked
And
about it.
so, which brings me back to this topic, not the topic, but just in general. To all my Bigfoot girls, biological women, Bigfoot, tall, wide shoulders, big backs, long neck, big everything,
hairy chin,
PCOS.
What?
When it gets down to it, and we have to get down to the thing.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
That stuff, you fall under the line of that gender shit too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Just in case you didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
You fall in line with that gender shit too.
It flies in the face of what he has long talked about. He has long criticized the never-ending wars in his views and long-standing foreign entanglements. But there certainly are some questions now. Is this just an opening gambit? If so, how will this affect the second phase of the peace process? But White House advisors are saying the president, yes, is still serious about the idea of developing Gaza and of moving the 1.8 million Palestinians, but there is no doubt. One thing is certain. The president said everyone loves this plan. That simply is not true. Leaders in the Arab world, of course, and European nations as well, pushed back considerably on that. Republican senators also said that there simply would not be an appetite for an investment of aid from the U.S. or forces as well. So there's some doubt now, just one day after the president made that stunning announcement in the White House, what the future of that may be. But he certainly is committed to doing something new, he said, in the Middle East. Jeff Zeleny, CNN, the White House.
The Israeli Prime Minister has told Fox News Trump's vision for Gaza is a remarkable idea which should be considered. Benjamin Netanyahu was the first foreign leader to visit the White House since President Trump was sworn in for a second term. On Wednesday at the Pentagon, Netanyahu held talks with the newly confirmed Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth.
and is expected to meet lawmakers in the coming hours. And J.D. Vance will travel to France and Germany next week, his first official international trip as vice president. Khaled Al-Gindi is an adjunct professor at the Center for Contemporary Arab Studies at Georgetown University, as well as author of Blind Spot, America and the Palestinians, From Balfour to Trump. Khaled, thank you for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
So here's how the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, described Donald Trump's post-war plans for Gaza. Here he is.
And the only thing President Trump has done very generously, in my view, is offer the United States willingness to step in, clear the debris, clean the place up from all the destruction that's on the ground, clean it up of all these unexploded munitions. And in the meantime, the people living there will not be able, the people who call it home will not be able to live there while you have crews coming in and removing debris, while you have munitions being removed, etc. That's the offer that he's made.
So it's a generous offer. The president just wants to help out a little, clean up some debris. Perhaps you could explain to Secretary Rubio why Palestinians see all of this very differently.
Yeah, I don't think it's just Palestinians. I think anyone with any sense of history or common sense will look at the proposal in its entirety and not just the selected items that Secretary Rubio mentioned, but in fact the main component of Trump's plan is the removal of the entire population of the 2 million Palestinians from Gaza. That's been the one point that the president has hammered home and doubled down and tripled down on repeatedly over the past many days, including yesterday. And that's the part that I think is troubling for most people, since it amounts to ethnic cleansing. And it's possible to clear out unexploded munitions and debris without removing the entire population. So it's not clear how those things fit together.
Well, according to CNN's reporting, White House officials say this suggestion by Trump was intended in part to spur action on an issue he views as moribund, with no other nations offering reasonable solutions for how to rebuild an area that has been obliterated by Israeli bombardment following Hamas' October 7, 2023 terrorist attack. So in other words, this idea was put forward to encourage new thinking when it comes to rebuilding Gaza, which has been rebuilt many times in the past. So there's that on one side. On the other extreme, as you say, it's a plan for ethnically cleansing Gaza of more than 2 million Palestinians. Can it be both?
Yes, it can be both. I mean, there are lots of new ideas that are outside the box that are quite terrible ideas. I mean, someone could argue that Hamas's October 7th attack was outside the box thinking. They did some things that were really unprecedented. But I don't think anyone would argue that it was good or constructive or in any way positive. So unprecedented ideas are not always a good thing. And what the president has shown, and what I think most of members of his administration have shown, is a complete lack of regard for Palestinian life, agency, well-being, safety, security. There is no sense of the history of the conflict.
The war in Gaza and U.S. support for Israel by President Biden cost Democrats a lot at the last presidential election. By comparison, in November 2020, Joe Biden received 82% of the vote in the eastern part of Dearborn, Michigan, home to a large Arab-American community. In that same area, in 2024, Vice President Kamala Harris received only 23%. Many, but not all of those votes went to Donald Trump.
All right, I'm going to bed.
Arab Americans for Trump,
I have work in the morning.
President Trump in 2024 announced Wednesday it's changing its name.
Which is lame AF.
Peace. It seems unlikely if Kamala Harris was in fact president right now, she put forward anything like this Gaza plan. Was it a bad idea to support Donald Trump against the Democrats and essentially to campaign against Harris or to stay home and not vote for Harris?
Well, I mean, I certainly can't speak for the members of that group, either before or after they changed their name. I have nothing to do with them. And I know as a member of the Arab American community, there was quite an intensive debate going into the election about this very issue. There were very large faction of Arab Americans.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed. I have work in the
And
morning.
vote for Kamala Harris.
Good
She's
night.
the evils. And there were others who said absolutely, categorically, never. Some of them voted for Trump, but I think more of them voted for
My God, today. It was after midnight, bro.
morally over how to proceed. But there's no question that her refusal to distance herself from Biden's policy of unconditional support for Israel hurt her campaign. Exactly how much is unclear.
See y'all tomorrow.
Colin, thank you